Michael, a Mercedes guy here, and we're going to do a little segment on your manual sunroof handle. Now sometimes this plate gets pretty banged up. I do have nicer plates. To replace that plate, you have to remove the handle. Now there's basically two types of handles. The early and the late. This is like a 123 car. These are the 108, 111s. It's a little slimmer on the newer ones. The main difference is there's a tab right here. And that can be troublesome. In fact, I can tell from how this is mangled that somebody took it off not knowing about the tab. So what you do is you first need to drive out the pin and just use a punch and a small hammer and hopefully an assistant so you don't lose this pin. Or you can put a magnet up here with some tape to catch the pin. So once you drive the pin out on the early type, it simply comes off. But you want to be very careful because this spring and detent have been lost. And these can go flying to where you'll lose them. That's what it looks like. So, when you pull your handle off, you want to hold it in this position on the early and pull off. On the later, because of this added piece that sticks out, you actually have to put the handle back up in the horizontal position, and then you're able to pull the handle off. If you try in this position, this actually locks it in place and it's very difficult. Again, when you slide that handle off, have your hand around here in case that pin goes and spring goes flying. And then you can unscrew the screw that goes through here and remove the plate to replace it. So the installation is the reverse. Put the plate on first and then put just a little bit of grease around the spring and on the head of that pin. That will not only lubricate it, but the grease will keep that in place. Then push it up and put the pin in and carefully drive that pin back in. You can actually use a pair of pliers on it to force it in. But to prevent scratching for the last little bit, either use a punch or you can wrap some tape around the jaws of your pliers.